Aurora Medical Spa was started in 2006 by an investor. The idea was to provide aesthetic medicine in a spa-like environment. Patients prefer to walk in at street level and be greeted by a friendly face versus taking an elevator up to a doctor's office to be greeted by a sliding window and a clipboard. In 2007, I joined Aurora Medical Spa as their marketing specialist. I was the 5th employee on the roster. That year, Aurora Medical Spa had 1 location and did $270,000 in annual revenue. 6 months after hiring me, the investor tried to let me go. He said he simply couldn't afford to pay me, but I was already hooked. I imagined what Aurora could be if I was able to stay on to mold the company. I volunteered to work for commission only on growth. By 2010, we had grown over 270%, but a growing company requires a lot of capital, and unfortunately, this investor had run out of money. He was going to declare bankruptcy. I was able to step in and pay off the company debt and acquired a growing but not profitable Aurora Medical Spa. By then, we had already initiated our Botox box, calling clients to rebook their appointments when they were due. We had started our client appreciation weeks, and we were on the forefront of providing white glove alley rebates for our clients. And then in 2012, we started the Skincare Club, a membership that at the time was unheard of in our space. In 2015, we opened our 2nd location in Chesterfield, Missouri, and in 2018, we coined the Power Package. That same year, we made it into Allergan's top 50 accounts nationally. Today, we have 5 locations, and we're privileged to be in Allergan's top 10 accounts nationally. We have 3 Allergan national trainers on staff, and this year we will close our books with over $20 million in revenue and more than 50 employees. In 2009, I was fortunate enough to hire my work wife, Stella Overcrom. At the time of hire, you cannot fully predict how much any one employee can impact an organization. Stella continues to be a key ingredient in the success and growth of Aurora.
From 2005 to 2009, I worked at a multi-location, state-of-the-art medical spa in St. Louis, Missouri. And while I loved the industry and the work, I never really truly felt connected to that company. I didn't feel like they prioritized relationships either with each other or with the clients, and I really feel like relationships is where I thrive. We now know that 2009 was a catastrophic year financially, and by September of that year, the writing was on the wall. That company would be closing for good. I interviewed with Paige here at Aurora, and I was really captivated by her and her vision for Aurora's future. Although I was nervous about continuing in a luxury industry during a recession, I really felt like this is where I belonged, and I would find that choosing to work for Aurora would be one of the best decisions I ever made. From spa coordinator to assistant director to director, and now as COO of Aurora Medical Spa, I have worn many hats, including some unofficial, such as plumber, therapist, and handyman. When you love a company the way I love Aurora, no job is too big or too small. What I love the most about Aurora is that it's about empowered women empowering women. I have cultivated so many lifelong friendships here at Aurora, but one of the most important being with Chelsea Becker. I had no way of knowing at the time that she would be one of our most critical hires to date.
In 2016, I joined the Aurora St. Louis family. As a nurse practitioner, I have always had a desire to make people feel better. But it wasn't until I began receiving injectables myself that I realized how impactful these services are to restoring confidence and helping both men and women feel like the best version of themselves. An added bonus and my favorite part of my career is the relationships that I am able to build with my patients every single day. The people in my chair become friends and family to me. It didn't take long, and I was hooked on Aurora's vision, the vibe, experience, and aesthetic medicine. It was an easy and obvious choice to alter my career path and leave the traditional medicine route behind. I knew this is what I wanted to do the rest of my life. After having our first child, Ava, I began to miss my hometown, Cape Girardeau. I wanted our daughter to grow up close to her cousins and enjoy the small town childhood that I had grown to cherish. When my husband, a St. Louis native, agreed to make the move, I got the wheels in motion. Step 1, I had to make sure that Aurora could move with me. Yes, there are other medical spas in my hometown, but I knew there was no place like Aurora. I sat down with Paige and I remember telling her what a strong pull I felt to move home, but that I couldn't do it without bringing Aurora with me. She looked at me and said, "If it's your dream, I believe in you." And after 2 years of planning, weekly trips to Cape for my growing family, and unpredicted pandemic, we finally opened our doors in August 2020. Aurora Cape has flourished beyond my wildest dreams. We started as only a staff of 2, and now as we approach our 2nd anniversary, we have a staff of 9. Not only has our team grown, but we already underwent a building expansion and have launched several new treatments. We've become an active member of the community and strive to uphold the Aurora legacy and core values in all that we do. We are a tribe of successful, motivated women who pull all of our energy into lifting each other up, growing each other, and growing Aurora. I feel like what makes Aurora stand out is that we are built on a tight bond of strong women who support each other and lift each other up. While there's a distance between locations geographically, we stand united in a sisterhood with an unwavering support system. Candace, who started working in St. Louis shortly after I did, is now the leader of Aurora Georgetown and is also one of my greatest supporters and one of my best friends.
In 2016, I was first introduced to Aurora Medical Spa in Des Peres, and I knew it was love at first sight. I knew there was something different about this group of ladies, and the unique quote-unquote vibe was almost palpable. When a position finally became available at Aurora Medical Spa in January of 2017, I quickly applied, interviewed, and was accepted as one of their nurse injectors. It didn't take long before I realized this was my final destination. And I'll never forget my first day at Aurora. I was training with Jean, who is still our most veteran aesthetic nurse practitioner. And Jean and I instantly bonded over a laid-back, go-with-the-flow personality. We saw patient after patient every 15 to 30 minutes, and the energy and confidence these patients had when they finished their injection treatment with Jean was insanely contagious. This special day turned into weeks, months, and later years of patient after patient experiencing this boost in self-confidence. It is easy to tell by all the Aurora employees and the clients that something's different here, and it is more than just the Botox. Then in 2018, my husband and I decided to move to Central Texas to be closer to some of our family members. Leaving Aurora, Missouri was one of the absolute hardest parts in that decision to move. I knew I would not find another medical spa or even job in general that was going to feel the same as Aurora. That's when I decided to commute back and forth every month for a week at a time. Having a 2- and 3-year-old at home made that commute very challenging, even with a very accommodating husband. And eventually that had to come to an end. After working for a few different of the top med spas in the Austin area, I knew that if I wanted the Aurora environment, I was going to have to bring Aurora to Texas. After so many nights of praying with my husband, doors started to open and Aurora Medical Spa Georgetown finally started taking shape. Then in 2019, we became Aurora's 3rd location. And we are now about to celebrate our 3rd year anniversary, and we have not stopped growing. Our location is swiftly getting a reputation around the area for its incredible team, rapid growth, and just positive vibe. Aurora Medical Spa is a very unique place. The friendships I have made over the years continue to inspire me to be a better person. I will forever try to repay all of them for all that they have done for me. Thank you to Paige, Stella, Jean, and Chelsea, and so many others for helping me understand the value of Aurora. Without you, I would not be here today.
Although we have come so far since 2006, we have so much left to do. You have picked an exciting time to come along in our journey. We are so excited to have you, and we look forward to building our tomorrows together.